Hey everybody, welcome to Storycraft Studio. Today we're going to be making an Easter themed bunny girl. She's part of a set, Big Bunny and Little Bunny. Little Bunny you can find on my Instagram, the link is just below. But here we're going to make Big Bunny. She's a hybrid between a hair adorable head and a Snapstar body. She came out really cute and I can't wait to show her to you. Let's go see how I made her. For the body I used Echo, and for the head I used Bop and Bree from Series 3. She's got those adorable pouty whips and braids in her hair that are really cute and such soft hair. Oh my goodness. It's fairly obvious that the skin tones do not match, but that's okay. We'll fix that later. First we've got her get her prepped for her face up and such. To prep the body for paint, I use a nail buffer and use the finest grit to take off the outer coat. It's a time-consuming process, but it's really rewarding when you go to put the paint on. I take off the face with Goof Off because I cannot get acetone-free nail polish to keep from drying up. It's really annoying. Just so happened to have the perfect skin color for this doll. It was really cool. And then I sealed the sanded body with a layer of MSC before I went to town painting on it. I think I did 4 layers in total to get an even coverage and all that stuff. I mixed it to water to get the right consistency, but I kind of messed up the ratio at first, but it came out good in the end, and that's what matters. After applying the last layer of paint and lining it dry, I did 2 layers of MSC and then did the face up and blushing. Given the face mold, I decided the best way to do this face up would to give her a kissy face look and have her so she's blowing a kiss at the camera. I was really excited for that and she comes out really good, but I decided half-lidded eyes would go with that. It's a little crazy feeling to do it with this huge eyes of this doll, but it came out really cute. Well, kind of sultry, I guess. I was very pleased with it. But yeah, so this is me sketching it out. For my own sanity and to improve the doll, I don't record all the layers because I'm not at that skill level where I can not get my head really in to do the doll, but I can do the sketch without too much trouble. Maybe I should try doing it once where I do the sketch close and then you guys see the next one. We shall see, we shall see. I gave her black eyeliner because why not, dang it? She looks really cool with these really stark black eyelines and these big eyelashes, so I'm very pleased with that decision. On Little Bunny, I decided to go all pink on her eyelashes, which looks really cute, but I thought this would look better. Her eyebrows are pink to match her hair, obviously. And then I put lots of this kind of darker pink around for eyeshadow, and then, of course, the blushing. So what I like to do, what I've decided to do recently is that I do a line of really clear color and then do soft pastels to fill in the rest of the blush. And I think that works really well. I also, when I can, I blush the ears, a little red at the top, and then do some shading in and blush the nose. Just no reason for it, it's just I like it that way. And then for her lips, I decided to do the same kind of teal I have for her clothes, just to bring a bit more of that color up, because otherwise it's just all pink. Now I only have soft pastel in the right color. My watercolor pencils do not have the right kind of blue or teal, but my chalk pastels did, which was awesome. And yeah, so I also make her eyes that tealy blue. I went through like 5 different colors to try and get it, and I think in the end it is the right kind of blue to match the lips and the costume, but here it looks really, really blue, and then I try to fix it with the chalk pastels. But I go back and forth, back and forth. I also do a little bit of contour just around her nose to help define it. Just anything to go. And then of course, white color pencil I love. I wish it worked better. I keep considering investing in a chalk pastel pencil so I can get really, really white, but then I have a Posca pen to fill in the white, so it seems kind of ridiculous. I don't know. I've still haven't made up my mind about that. But yeah, so I use pink for the eyeshadow, as you just saw, and then I go back and do the black eyelashes. repeatedly flip her over to see how the symmetry is going. It works pretty well, and I do feel that helps me get what I want to do. And yeah, also here is where I start blushing the body. I don't do lots of layers on the blushing of the body, just enough to give her a little bit of color where you'll see it, which is her hands, bit of her elbows, her cleavage, and then her knees. The rest of it, anywhere else would get covered because she's got some really cute boots coming, and the leotard. But yeah, that's what I did. After the last layer of pastel and color pencil, I go in with Posca pen to brighten the whites and then add the shine. I do this before the final layer of MSC, so I have to come in later and do the my color shift paints, because those don't take the MSC well. It takes out all the shininess of it, and that's my favorite part of the shimmers. They're just so pretty. And then after that, I got this extreme glitter in pink, like is bubblegum. It's crazy pink, and I use it to do the solid line of the eyeliner, and then do some blush. I'm still learning, figuring out how to use the extreme glitter to do the blush, but it comes out really cute. And then the final touch is gloss on the lips and eyes. I do 3 layers on the eyes and 2 to 3 on the lips. It depends on how much pools and how much I'm willing to like fight with it, because it can be a little titchy. But it adds this really nice shine, and some artists don't do it because it can mess with the camera, the shine reflections. I've never had that problem, so I always do it. Now, the main inspiration for this project is this little bunny clip, bow clip. It was too cute, and I love the idea of using it. So I take my heat gun from my Stampin' Up! Stuff and take the thing apart and work it on it. Then I, because of the blue fabric that I wanted to use for the bunny, it was really transparent, so putting it over the pink wouldn't work. So I separated the pieces, and then I traced and made a sample of the middle part of the ears and put it on white foam, cut it out, and then covered that in the shimmer, so I still have the insert. But I sandwiched that between the white felt and the glitter stuff, and then I got a cute little flower, stuck a jewel in it, and put a pin in, and hot glued it all back together, and it became this unbearably cute bow. The clips were cute to begin with, but I gotta say, after I finished with this, it was even cuter, and I don't know how I did that, but I did. Also, I used this extreme glitter I have in this kind of blue-green stuff, and I used that to paint on the fabric so it'll be even sparklier. That's not a word, but maybe it is a word. I don't know, but that's what I did. I made her a tutu using this obscenely sparkly tulle that we have left over from one of our shows at the theater. It was like a veil or something. Anyway, I did this wildly imprecise method of measuring, which was wrong, so I had to add a second piece, and then I sewed and serged it in the other room off camera because there's no good way to do that. And then here I'm deciding where I want to start putting in the elastic stitch. I have this great elastic thread, and so I'm using it to gather the tutu so it'll poof out and cinch in at her waist. And then the elastic thread allows me a lot of freedom. If you can get elastic thread, definitely do it. I double it up here because it's thin, but it's great for dolls because you can do what I'm doing here, which is ruffle the material and it'll cinch in, but you can still put up to go over the legs and such, because that's the hardest part I have with making clothes, is that I make it so it's big enough to go around butt, but then it doesn't sit close to the waist, or you gotta like get this fastener in there and it always ends up leaving this weird silhouette. And then if you get it just perfect, like for pants and stuff, you sit down and it gives them freaking whale's tail and it kills me. I can't even describe to you how angry I get when that happens. So, stretch fabrics, elastic thread. I'm sorry I went on a rant, but yeah, I just ruffled and gathered, and because I had 2 panels, I did the smaller panel, I made it a little tighter when it's all finished, so that way it would bunch more on the back. And just, it's unnecessary, but I thought it would be a cute thing where it's got a little bit of a bustle feel. Bustles are cool to design, not to wear. Not that I would know. I should find that out. Anyway, done ranting. Just keep watching me eat so pointlessly, or not. Let's skip the rest. And there we have it. Obscenely sparkly tutu complete. It's just so cute. It's a little longer than I might naturally make it, but because it puffs out so much, it's fine. It's perfect. It's wonderful. I'm so happy with this. And yes, this is just me primping it and getting it so it's, like I said, bunched in the back, flatter up front, and yeah. Oh, and the bow. I'm gonna show you how I made that bow. It's super important-ish. Okay, the butt bow. So one of the ideas for the main idea was to use the bunny bow hair clip thing to be a butt bow and the bunny ears. But the original bow didn't work because for various reasons with either doll. So for Big and Little Bunny, I made new ones. For Big Bunny, I did this. I got this die cut thing I have for my Stampin' Up set. I use a lot of Stampin' Up stuff for this. Oh my goodness, do I use a lot of Stampin' Up stuff. But I cut it out of cardstock using this die cut thing in a similar color to the fabric, and then I covered it in the fabric. So I got the middle thing here, and then this large, I don't know how to describe it. It's a weird shape, but it's the shape it is, and I covered it in fabric. See, there it is. It's a sunglasses shape. That's what it is. This is weird pseudo sunglasses. Okay, so I cut out the amount of fabric. I vaguely the amount of fabric. It's my way of making things is super wasteful on fabric. It's not, well, not super wasteful, but it's wasteful in terms of dolls because there's just a lot of excess for no reason. And that I think that was, the beep was in there. I'm so sorry. People are having conversations and I'm part of them and I don't want to be. But okay, so I use hot glue to just apply the fabric to the thing, and then I squish it. And you've seen the little blue thing on my finger? That's to keep me from burning myself. It works 50% of the time. The other 50% of the time, I'm awkward and stupid and forget to use that finger. I'm not used to... You know how it is. You have something on your finger and you just not use that finger, and that's the opposite of what I'm supposed to do here. So yes, I burn my other fingers, but it does protect me 50% of the time, which is still 50% less burning. Anyway, I cut the fabric and all these little cuts and divots and all this stuff, and then hot glue it around the back. I wish I had done farther on the lenses of the sunglasses shape, because there's a bit of a gap you can see in. It's a big bow and it's got a lot of shape, but so I cut, hot glue, and then like I did for the middle part, I'm going to put the extreme glitter stuff. And you're going to watch that on your own because I'm going to stop talking because I'll just end up ranting more and it's just not good. Not good. So to put the bow together, I hot glue the tabs to the center tab of the bow, and that makes the shape. It's a really big shape, isn't it? It's crazy. So I glue those together, one on top of the other, and then that little rectangle, the long rectangle I made in the beginning, that's gonna go around to finish it off. And then there's my bow. Off camera, I took some fabric and kind of just sewed it and flat ironed it and stuff and put it on as the little tails. Not 100% happy with it, but the tails that went with this bow didn't really work in this way, but so that's what I did. Oh, and then I glue on the little cottontail, because what's a bunny without their cotton tail? So the last thing I need to make is the leotard, which is this wildly imprecise method that I don't recommend you use because it's just wildly imprecise. I take two roughly rectangles of the material, and I kind of that are going to be bigger than the doll's torso that I want to make, and I mark and stitch up where the crotch is. Then I slide the crotch in, pin the whole thing together, and sew first at the shoulders and then along the sides. This produces a lot of waste fabric, and if you don't do it right, you end up with weird places you gotta pull and you gotta overshoot a lot, but you use stretch fabric and that can be forgiving. And I usually 99.999% of the time I'm making a leotard to go under things, so it's fine that it's got weird things. It's actually, this one has a bit of pull in some places, but they almost look strategic, so I'm getting away with it in the end result. But she has a leotard. That's the point. It's the pink glitter fabric. It matches Little Bunny's ears and her back bow. I used two fabrics for this, the blue shimmer and then this salmony pink shimmer. And I think they go well, and it makes them a matching set, and that's the point. They're a matching set. So yes, I will sign off now. Maybe maybe we'll skip. I will see. No, we're gonna skip. This is getting long. I will skip to the end because this is an imprecise process, and you shouldn't use it. And I'm sorry, I cannot. I should have written a script for this, but I didn't, because I thought, hey, I can do it without a script. Clearly, I cannot. And thanks to the magic of editing, we have our leotard with the cleavage down to Venezuela. Ooh, I'm gonna sew that up later, but it needs to be long to get it around her. So yeah, I'm gonna stitch it on and glue it on, and it's gonna be ridiculous, but there it is, finished. And now we're on to the last step, putting her all together. First, we need to take her out of her hair and body burrito. Once I had the body all sealed up, I put her in a burrito to protect so she wouldn't get more MC. And then take down the hair, and I use this hairbrush method from Papin Atelier to get out the MSC from the edge. Then leotard on. Leotards are warning for when you make a leotard or a bathing suit or anything. They're fussy. They don't like to go on, but they can. They're just fussy. But you will get them on. And then to add a little bit of more to her bunniness, I took some. Oh, first I gotta stitch her up back to, like, I don't know, Canada? No, Texas. Yep. I stitched her up a little bit more later, so because I had some issues with the hot glue and the other stuff that I started to talk about. But after I stitch her up, I get some white yarn and I start I did this and I don't remember what order I did it in, apparently. So yeah, it's before I get to the fur again. I'm gonna keep talking about the fur until we get there. I put on these arm guard bracer, not quite gloves, because she needed more pink and I thought these were really cute, and they sell it. Because when I did Little Bunny, I put all the pieces I had already made and it was cute, and then I put on fur and the not gloves, and it took it over the edge. Of course, I also put a jewel, but Big Bunny doesn't need a jewel. But so there are the gloves. Yes, now we're going in with the yarn. I need a script from now on. I'm so sorry. But so I'm hot gluing in. I do 2 layers of the yarn. Originally I was gonna use straight up fur, but it was just too long for what I was doing, which is little detail. So I do that. I wish I had done this area better, because then I totally forgot that she's got to bend her elbow, specifically that elbow. But the point is that she's got fur over there, and there's gonna be more fur in other places, and it looks really, really cute. And I'm gonna let you watch me putting on the fur, and I'll be come back when we get to other things. Other things include the fur, way down to Venezuela. If you've ever seen the Addams Family play, you get the reference. Otherwise, you think I'm nuts, which, fair. Anyway, I hot glue the fur around her, V cleavage nonsense. I also do a loop around her neck to give her a little choker, which is something I knew I wanted to do, and it's super cute. I mean, look at that. Look at that. The only thing that I think that would improve it would have been to do a second layer. But I'm glad I didn't, because it looks cute. Maybe I'll add a jewel in the future, but probably not. Anyway, fur. Down to Venezuela. On Little Bunny, I added some shoulder fur, but she didn't need it. Big Bunny does not need the shoulder fur. It was cute on Little Bunny, but she don't need it. And then the tutu is gonna go on. Yay, it's on. Isn't it so cute? Like, the tutu covers the end of the thing. So it's so cute. And then the bow goes on. It did not want to stay on. I think I hot glued it 3 times. But the point is, it eventually stayed on. And the boots. I decided this is where the fur comes from. These boots that were actually from Echo's original outfit, if you saw at the beginning. This is her real boots. And I just put them on, and they were super cute and perfect. And then the bunny ears, and then the bow came off. Stupid butt bow. So much work, but it was so worth it in the end. And we are reaching the end. Just, yeah. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and don't forget to go on Instagram and watch Little Bunny's video. Until then, here are some videos to watch on your own, and I will see you soon. Aloha!